just a time.
So if you are new here, then you probably don't know that I just got married about 30 days ago on New Year's Day, and I planned my wedding from start to finish by myself. I did not have a wedding planner. I was her, she was me, and we got it done. So this video is all about how I stay organized throughout my wedding planning process, everything that I did, and I did a poll or asked questions on my Instagram story to see if anyone had any questions they wanted me to answer, so that will also be included in this video. But yes, let's move on to the Q&A segment. So I've been asked what were my day of wedding feelings and thoughts as a bride. My day of wedding feelings and thoughts. Day of, I was still in disbelief. I was pretty much in disbelief that it was actually my wedding the entire time, all the way up until the wedding day. Pretty much all the way up until it was time for me to walk down the aisle. I still couldn't believe that it was my wedding. It felt like I was planning a wedding for someone else. So that's something to consider if you're going to be a DIY bride. You're going to be really invested in the work that you are doing. So much so that it's going to be hard to actually experience the feeling, the moments as a bride. Your focus is only going to be on planning. At least that's how it was for me. I was a little nervous. I think it was more excitement than nervousness. Overall, I was excited a lot, a little bit of nervousness, and then most of it was kind of chill. It was a smooth sailing day. My friends handled business. I didn't do any planning part. I do not recommend trying to plan on your actual wedding day. I didn't do any of that. I turned it over and they handled the actual process of the day. Best way to stay organized, I think I gave y'all a plethora of ways, but the best way I can say is Google Docs kept me very organized. Other app that I use called Milanote, I forgot to add it into this post, so let's backtrack. Milanote helped me a lot as well, as far as seeing out the timeline and what needed to happen on that day and what still needs to be purchased. Milanote is a computer. You have it on your app, but you can also have it on your computer, and you can create sticky notes that you type in, and you can make to-do lists, you can make timelines, bullet lists, all of that. You can actually insert photos into it as well, so that you can see kind of your mood board. Again, is in another app. So I used this probably halfway through the process when I wanted to get everything into one place, and I was able to create a list that had everything that needed to be purchased, from decor things to me getting a veil to a garter belt to my shoes. Like, everything was there, and I could just check off as I went with things that need to be done. I was also able to create timelines, month specific timelines. How could I forget to tell y'all this? And so I started using it, probably it was end of September, beginning of October. So for October, I would list out everything that I needed to do wedding related in October. That included purchasing invitations, sending out invitations, lists of things that needed to be done specific to that month. If you can't use Milanote or don't want to use Milanote, you can do the same thing in Google Docs or Canva and just create to-do lists specific to the month of what needs to be done in that month. That was a big part of me staying organized as well. I will link their website down below. You can check it out. Gift ideas. So I will link the bridesmaid proposal box video down below, but in their boxes I try to make it kind of personalized. But on the the rehearsal dinner, we gave them gifts as well. I provided them with a tote bag that had their names on them, their rose for the day, and their jewelry and bracelets. I kept it simple because, I mean, budget is a budget and you stick to it. Mitch got his groomsmen for the proposal. He got them glasses, liquor glasses, or I'll say whiskey glass. That sounds more professional. Whiskey glasses with their names on them. along with an Ace of Spades card, but it's really a bottle opener. And he got them How to Be a Groomsman funny kind of handbook, along with some shades that had groomsmen or best man on them. And then for their wedding day, he got them pocket knives with their names engraved on them. I don't know, you want to kind of just make your gifts for your wedding party kind of useful and cute, funny. So this question is how to be the best bridesmaid / friend during the entire process. I've been a maid of honor and I've had a wedding now, so I guess I can speak from both sides. I would say be supportive as possible. Don't make don't make little things big things, because everything's already big for the bride. Because extending grace, because sometimes they may not know how they're coming off and it could be a little much, a lot of much. Extend them some grace, but also let them know like, hey girlfriend, you need to calm down a little bit. When it comes to what you can afford and things like that, please be open and let the bride know off gate, hey, this doesn't fit my budget, I may not be able to be a part of it, but I would love to still attend on your wedding day. And hopefully they are understanding. If they are not, then were they your friend in the first place? But that's my take on it. So I would say just be as supportive as you can, be as honest and open as you can, especially in the beginning when it comes to things that have to be paid for or done or you're required of you. And then just being patient and extending grace and being fun. It can be a stressful time, and sometimes you just may want to hang out and not talk about the wedding. That was me. Sometimes I didn't want to talk about the wedding. I didn't want to talk about wedding planning. I just want to hang out. So that's my advice for that. Do you have any regrets, or is there anything you could have done differently? I don't have any regrets about any of that. It was the best day ever. It was all great. The decor came out great. I enjoyed making bouquets and stuff. I made this one. I like this stuff. So I enjoyed it. I don't have any regrets. Did you have a wedding planner / coordinator, which I addressed that in the beginning of the video. I did not. I appointed a friend to be my day of wedding coordinator, and I basically gave her everything that I had been planning. And even with that, I had what I called a dream team for my wedding party. So that consisted of my maid and matron of honor, my day of wedding coordinator, and my MC, which were all friends. They were not professionals. And we had, when it got closer to the wedding, we started having meetings so that I could tell them everything that I had been doing. So I wasn't letting them know the week of the wedding, okay, this is everything that's happening, and then expecting them to execute what I needed to be done. No, that's unrealistic. So we had meetings to get them prepped so they can ask me questions, so I can let them know everything they needed to know if things changed. And we had meetings about it, so on the day of, they already knew what was up and they could do it without needing me, and they did. How did I plan the wedding timeline? For the wedding timeline, I factored in experience as far as being a maid of honor, and then with Mitch, my husband, being a photographer and having gone to the wedding with him and having him to kind of help me, I kind of knew the things that needed to be included in the wedding timeline, as far as like, we need to do pre-photos, we need this much time for makeup. I also consulted the makeup artist to ask how long they would need, and then also talking to our actual hired photographer for the day and going through the timeline with her. It's kind of how I was able to create it. But just using prior knowledge, using Mitch, talking to our actual photographer, and using that to kind of factor in things that need to be included or excluded from our timeline on the wedding day. And I did all of this through Google Docs. I just created a table, and on one side it had the times, and then on this side it had everything that was going to be happening during those times. And I also created specific timelines for people. So the DJ had a specific timeline, the photographer had a specific timeline, videographer had a specific timeline, my day of wedding coordinator had a specific timeline, the MC had a specific timeline. I did a lot of stuff. So yeah, that is everything from how I stay organized in this wedding planning process. I did all of this in probably 10 months. So it was a short timeline to do a whole lot. And this is just the organization points. If y'all, well, I plan on going more specific into actual tasks that were done and how I did them. This is just an overview of the things that were done and the apps that were used to do them. So if you have questions on specific things, how to start your wedding planning process, please comment down below, check my blog, put in a request in the comment section for the next topic. I plan on doing a series, so I have more videos coming. This is just the first one to open the door for conversation. So thank you for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye. No longer